She-Ra.
Work, work, work.
Greetings.
A good pipe of peace, we.
Yeah,
Why
as
is that
if.
stuff so expensive?
Move along.
Mm-hmm.
The light fades away at the end of the day. Ta-dum-dum. Work, work, work.
Well.
Now, a good pipe of peace, weed. Jesus, why is that stuff so expensive?
If only that man knew a thing or two about reliability.
Yeah, as if.
weed. Jesus, why is that stuff so expensive? Work, work, work.
50, 75, 100.
Show me. Well, however it got there. Anyway, thanks a bunch. Nonetheless, will only hear the best from me.
Walk blessed, friend. Where are you headed? About myrids. What is there to tell? They're beautiful animals. In the time before the Blood Moon Revolt, a long time ago, tame myrids like this one here was a really rare sight. Nowadays, though, they're pretty common, at least here in Enderal. Pity, some. I guess that sounds stupid, but I sometimes long for the times my grandfather lived in. Being a myrid nowadays, well, you can guess. Riding a myrid has become as ordinary as riding a mule. Oh, well, that's hard to explain. They communicate by clicking sounds. I, as a warden, have been trained to, and through those clicking sounds, I also tell them where you want to go before you mount them. Obviously, that only works for routes that the myrid already knows by heart.
Walk blessed.
So much to do.
You fucking scum! You'll pay for that!
Piece of shit.
Warwick, any luck with the vermin?
Don't remind me. The other day, some dimwit traveler came by and told me he'd be able to deal with the rat.
Surprise, surprise.
Well,
Ugh, you can't be serious.
places. I would.
Did you just...
Did What do you mean?
Oh,
Well, someone
well, it...
walked traveling around, huh?
coming to help you with
Should
something?
stop by the Red Ox. Great music, good food, and lots of apple cider.
Ah, excellent.
Right.
Many thanks, monsieur.
There's- I wonder what the White Order were thinking when they created that.
Greetings.
Is it important?
Oh, sure. Oh, Joy, you are right. Oh, yeah, the Master Skull. One moment, let me get a pouch for you. All right then, if you insist. But don't come back complaining when you realize. Is there anything else you need? How about an herb to get rid of those dark circles under your eyes? Yes, yes.
Yeah, that should be it.
Rats, bugs, spiders.
Ah, excellent. Many thanks, monsieur.
Thank you.
Monsieur?
Walk blessed.
Well, there was a point. You just
Oh,
have to
show.
live with it.
Oh yeah, the Masters. Of course, you've earned it. You. Yes, that might work. Go there at midnight and balance the skull on your head. And now, thank you again and walk blessed. That is, if there's nothing else you
You're not
need.
from around here, are
Maybe
you?
an herb to get rid of those dark circles under your eyes.
Where did I quit?
Yes, of course.
May his light guide you.
Yes?
You just don't get any.
Yes?
Potatoes, garlic, really need beneficial essence from your hair. That should be it.
Hear my words, O path-abiding people of this holy city. A miracle has happened, a miracle that must have been, due to its sheer glory, brought forth by Malthus himself.
If it's
Only the
crab or
best.
fish, you
Straight from Keelan.
Is it important?
Hear my words, O path-abiding people of this holy city.
Monsieur? Yes?
Huh. You're not from around here, are you? I like that accent.
Noble citizens of art, lick your lips and
That? By Malthus, where did you get that? You didn't buy it from that cutthroat, did you? Please, let me Thank you. By the name of the sun, yes, that's hers. And Vera was right. I don't know why you're doing... What? No, Bella, she was my daughter. Flesh maggots, a week before we... Oh, you should have seen her. There was so much life in her, so much joy. And then... Oh, you did. I'm sorry to hear that. She was a poet, you know? She could play the... what am I saying? I'm sure you have better things to do than listen to me grieving. But only 3 weeks after Bella left us, a Duneville caravan that came... But of course, neither that nor our loss made any difference to that cutthroat golfer. And the loot was precious, and we didn't have a choice. But still, and until now, we had nothing left of her, save for the casket. Yes, that's very generous of you. Her treasure chest, that's what she called it. She kept her songs and poems in there, and she would never show anything to anyone unless she considered it perfect. Aye, I should. But the casket was a present I made for... But, simply put, there are 4 bolts that need to be pushed in a certain order. Of course, I could smash it, but who knows what would happen to her things. If I somehow destroyed them, I would never forgive myself. Yes, left, right, left, down. But that's not all. The bolts have to be pushed 12 times. Aye, I'm quite sure she did. Vera and I have ideas as to where, but at the moment I can't afford to... Look, you were very generous to me. I know it's a lot to ask for, but... thank you. I'm not asking this lightly, but you seem like a good fellow, and that is rare. I hardly have any coin left to borrow it, but I'm almost sure she left a hint there. Aye, there was a place Bella always visited when she had spare time. She worked on her poem. There. If she left another clue, it must have been there. Thank you. I mean... I will pray for you.
Malphas's blessings.
Oh, hello. I haven't seen you around here before. Oh, a bit of this and that. Feel free to take a look. Walk blessed.
Hmm?
Huh? Yes, you do. Thanks for helping.
Walk bless. Well, that's... Doria said you're honest, and not... Well, Gunham said you're all right. Old Rogue, that's an impressive result. But still, we can use you. You can start as soon as you want to. Yes? Well, aren't you eager? But it's your luck. Well, that'll need a bit of explaining first. As you may already know, a good merchant doesn't depend only on him. Helga Hafner is a farmer who's been producing grain for the sickle for 10 years now. Right. But I need someone who can do it discreetly, which makes you the perfect fit for this task. Because we suspect that his fields will stay barren permanently, whatever's causing it. He denies it, but we have to know. That's what I wanted to hear. Do you have a map? Here, that's...
Walk blessed. Oh my. You just don't get any younger. Greetings. Aye, sure. Take your time. It's not as if there's much to do down here anyway. Farewell.
Yes.
Hmm? War on Nerum. War on Kile. Red man. This. The fuck is wrong with this world?
My sir?
Hear my words, O path-abiding people of this holy city. A miracle has happened, a miracle that must
Yeah?
have been.
No,
due to its
I just
sheer
put them
glory,
out for you to
brought
look
forth
at.
by Malthus
Tell me
himself.
what you need, and be quick about it.
Taylor Ardenfield has returned. Yes, you have heard right.
Walk blessed.
Walk blessed. Sure, take a look. Walk blessed.
Greeting.
decades
Huh?
of imprisonment
Can I
past,
help you?
Treacherous son returned to his position as Grand Master.
Hello. Oh, mostly pastries and sweets.
Apples, dates, bananas, the
Only the
fruits
best
right from
and
the farmer's
fresh from the
coast
Red
and
Sea.
Doonville. I have books, scrolls, potions.
Renasha Kirash, what gave me away? Well, I'll have to work on my disguise. Oh, there were. You can say what you will about Enderal. Of course, Sherry.
Morales blessing. Well, flee isn't exactly the right word for it. I call it tactical oh, well, very stupid if you ask me. Spices, rugs, delicacies, only the best. Straight from Chile. Take a look. Farewell.
Hello. May your path always be. Have you heard? Nerem has been united again. Huh. Have you heard the news about the Magister? Word has it that he murdered 30
Oh, hello there.
novices.
Are you looking for garments? I have the finest cloth from Chile to Enderal. Come and look for yourself. Walk blessed, all your heart could ever desire. Take a look. May light guide you. Come back if you find it. Time.
My sir. Hello.
Hammers, daggers, looking for everything for the path-abiding soldier. come again.
War on Nerum. War on Kile. Red madness. The fuck is wrong with this world?
How may I? Yes? Of course.
Holy city.
Yes?
Yeah? Nah, I just put them out for you to look.
They speak of a red madness that befalls peaceful souls, driving them
Well,
to deeds of
look who's arrived. Did you have any problems finding your way around? This city can be quite a... Right, you're from Ostian. They're quite fascinating, these places, aren't they? You can climb high, and you can fall just as deep. And every place vibrates with life. Here, put this on. And before you ask, yes, it's necessary. Just trust me.
For the Lord holds his protective hand over us, as he... Done for a millennia.
Yeah, it's not as if I didn't tell them that already.
That's it. And why is it Malphas who carries the Sun Temple on his back? Isn't that a gesture of servitude?
No, Malphas carries the Sun Temple because he also carries humanity.
Greetings! So, about this fever. Usually those gifted with magic have to report their talent to the Order, and then pass a ritual that teaches them how to deal with their magic. The journey to the water is what they call it. Once they've passed that, the fever reduces to an endurable level, and new alchemists have their names registered in some kind of holy book. there are other ways to get rid of the fever, and I hope my employer can tell you about them. Okay, almost there.
Let's hope he knows what he's doing.
Hold it, my sir. No civilians beyond this point without explicit permission. Who are you, and what leads you to this holy place?
Business. I'm Jaspar Delveric, and I work for the Naramese mages.
Oh, right. The mercenary. And who's your companion?
Marijo de Luna from Ostian, esteemed holder of de Luna's Empire of Tender Fragrance, the most prestigious perfumery in all of Vin. Archmagister Marigil sent for him. Didn't he tell you?
The Archmagister. Well, that does sound like him. Fair enough, you may pass. But show this place the respect it deserves, mercenary. You too, Meister de Luna.
You have my word, fair lady. Thank you.
This is holy ground, Outlander. You don't belong here.
Well, that went better than expected. Hey, it worked, didn't it? But nobody will suspect someone who's already in the temple. Anyway, I think it's about time I tell. His name is Constantine Firespark, and he's one of Marathzul Orenthiel's former followers, which the new Grand Master, Tealor Orenthiel, brought here by ship about 2 years. They usually wear green, while the Order wears white or red. That should make it easy for you to tell them apart. Firespark's pretty much the eldest of Marathzul's mages, and quite well versed in magic, at least from. Plus, he's a very gentle and likable fellow, which is why even the keepers like having him around. Let's hope he can tell us a thing or two about these visions. Well, that went better than expected. Keep your chin up.
Unreliable. That's what they are. All of them.
All right, here we are. Hang on.
No. That's not how you do it.
Blast it! I'm just being careful. We
Like
have to.
heck we do. Give me that thing, now. Ouch. Blazes, I just can't bloody believe it. Blasted, blistering blazes. That's what you get for working with fumblers. I told you.
Meister Firespark.
Be careful. Blazes, I just can't bloody believe now, it. Now, who the heck are you? Can't an old man have a moment to himself?
You hired me. The Magister, don't you remember?
Oh, right. Joseph the Scrounger. So, why are you here? Had any luck?
Jaspar. And yeah, we did find something. I
suggest you first of all tell me when I allowed you to drag your drinking mates up here. Do you need me to explain the meaning of the words highly and confidential to you?
I'm sure there's a lot you can explain to me, but let's save that for later. This particular fellow over here needs your help, to be frank. Arcane fever.
Is that so? And what exactly has that got to do with me? Let the Keepers and their holy rituals take care of it. What is it with the costume, anyway?
This man's magic is different, Meiser. Just feel his aura and you'll see it. Plus, he's from Naren, just as you are.
Well, all right then, for nostalgia's sake. I really hope you're not wasting my time, though. Working with these religious buffoons is bound to make any rational thinking person go bonkers. Anyway, that chair over there. Take a seat, and I'll have a look at that fever of yours. All right then, this will tickle a little. You're right. This aura does feel different. Complex somehow, and powerful. And do you really want to tell me you've only recently discovered that talent of yours? With that aura, I'm surprised that you haven't turned into an Obaya by now. Fine. Well, that is, we will help you. But first, tell me everything. How you got that magic, and how you met that scrounger.
Pathlessness, wherever you look. Where is this supposed to lead?
I see. Regarding this, not that it's much of a surprise, consider it. Actually, you were quite lucky that the sudden outburst of your glance didn't blow your head right off.
Let's hope he knows what he's doing.
By all that's holy. If you don't know about the basic functioning of magic, then read something from Balador Goldenstein.
The glance on the sea of eventualities. Alongside, but apart from the reality we're in right now, exist countless other realities, in which some events have different outcomes, so to speak. A version of this very same room, for example, with the very same people in it, only that Meiser Firespark's beard is on fire. And what defines an Arcanist, someone capable of magic, is that he or she can see those other realities and let parts of them come true.
Well, look at that, Jasper. You surprised me.
That's what I'm being paid for.
How powerful an Arcanist is depends on 3 factors. How far away are the eventualities that he can see? How well he can bring parts of them. Lighting a candle is easier than calling a meteor from the sky, to speak plain inal. But, as I said, read Goldenstein if you're in... well, if that's what you want to believe, go for it. I, in any case, have never come across such a phenomenon in over 50 years of studying magic. And now we should...
It all begins with the dreams.
What the blasted blistering blazes? Does this room look like the bosom of a whore to you? Or what makes you think you can go around touching anything you get your fingers on? These documents are confidential, for heck's sake. I knew it was a mistake to hire a thug like you. Lashery always had a weakness for...
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember you telling me something about dreams that led you and Telor Renthiel here, didn't you, Meiser? And you told me that in this vision of yours, the Veiled Woman said this. It all begins with the dreams.
What? Is that true? Oh. Then this near-death experience you had before you woke up on the shore. Tell me again, what exactly did you see in it? A room? Well, anyway, for now all that matters, whatever you clairvoyanced back there is of no use to us if you're dead as a doornail in a couple of months. Well, that's usually a plodding process. The fever you feel is a result of your mind. The ritual the Enderalians practice to get the glance under control is put frankly, it means 1 year of hour-long meditation, bland food, and abstinence from anything that makes life worth living. In due time, the Arcanist then learns to filter these other realities from ours, and the fever gets less and less. Anyhow, luckily enough, a shortcut, if you will. I'm not capable. Her name is Lashery, and you should seek her out as soon. She's currently in a ruin called Old Rashengrad, not far from Ark. Just tell her that... Okay, now, I recommend leaving for the ruin straight away. And you, Joseph, hopefully more than a bottle of honey wine and a hangover.
Quite a character, isn't he? Here, I owe you this for your help back in Riverville. And in case you're in the mood for a mug of ale and a good chat, just drop by the dancing. With all that said, good luck mastering your magic, my friend. I'll see you around. Never walk back on the road from the aged man's abode.
Oh, you're here?
Oh,
I thought you were in the city.
Sorry. I know.
No, the Archmagister ordered me back. Feels good to be here, to be honest. The funerals. I could have done without them, though.
I don't doubt that. I still can't believe that really happened. Brother Yarrow was such a good man.
I don't think the Red Madness cares much about that.
Probably not, no. I wonder how it happens. The infection.
What do you mean?
Well, the red eyes and the obvious madness only happen in the last stages of the disease. What happens before that? And how? How can one tell someone else is afflicted?
Why, scared you've caught it, are you?
Pathlessness. That is not funny.
Wherever you look,
You know,
where is this supposed to lead?
There's something wrong with Yarrow for quite some time, long before it happened.
Ah, there you are. Magister Karos has been looking for you.
Karos? Why's that?
I don't know.
You know what?
The end of it.
I thought...
Walk west.
Hello.
Oh, hello. A bit of this and that. Feel free to take a look. Walk west.
Some shifts never end.
Walk west.
Walk blessed, Fred. Sure. Where to? Good evening. Sure. Where to?
Hello.
Shit! Get away from there! Now! By the prophet's ass! 1 second later and I would have been scraping your— What in blazes are you doing here anyway? Lashiri? Oh my. The fellow really isn't one for names, is he? I'm Lashari, anyhow. I hope you're not the backup I asked for. I was hoping for someone more, impressive. Is that so? Indeed. You have some uncontrolled magic inside. Very well. If Constantine... But it'll have to wait, since I'm up to my neck. Short version or long version? Which do you prefer? Fine. I suppose you already know that that is me, my assistant, But as I went upstairs to get something a couple hours ago, I suddenly heard screaming and the clanging of metal coming from downstairs. I have no idea who they are or why they're here. Anyway, fact is, my esteemed Enderalian colleagues and my assistant are still down. And before you ask, yes, you can help me. You'll have to, actually. I wouldn't have a chance fighting the mercenaries by myself, but the two of us might be able to do it, provided you can defend yourself. Which I'm quite sure you can. What do you... Fine, then follow me. By the prophet's ass! 1 second later and I would have been scraping your... Main... the floor.
Shit, you were right. Get there.
Stabbed. Hang on. What's this? By the prophet's ass. I don't believe it. They're orders. My assistant, Sev. It seems he's the reason these fuckers save it for Sev when I shove this staff up his ass and fire a thunderbolt. Shit, can you smell that? That's fire. So, these guys... We have to do something. You're adept at If I'm right, then I'll take the upper part. Oh. If you should find my assistant Sev down there, try to take him alive and bring him to me. When it's... Take care of him myself. Okay? Then let's get going. Well, I'll be damned. That's what... I take it you were successful? What about the fragments? Did you save all of them? Call me a pregnant Lyran. You really are good at what you do. You won't regret... What about Sev? Did you find him? Fuck. That little shit. I was hoping I could... Well, whatever. No use crying over spilt milk, I guess. What's your name, anyway? Amidst all this, you're pleased? I actually had the feeling that I was a little rough on you. Sorry for... Anyway, for starters, tell me how you managed... That doesn't happen very often. I've got time. Uh-huh. So, you're saying that you learned all this, the magic, the swordplay, in such a short time? And these visions, if I understand correctly, you foresaw the death of the two apothecary? It does indeed. But hey, who am I to judge? And even better, now you tell me that these skills come from studying magic for only a couple of weeks, and that you can see... Shit. Not you, sorry. I mean, I just had a strange... But no, that would be crazy. Well, I'd like to speak freely, but I'm bound to... However, I will tell Constantine and old Aranthiel about my theory. And you will probably have... Then we'll be in a position to really kick ass. Anyway, hold still for a moment. Ready? Alright, let's do this. Don't worry, it'll just tickle a bit. Fuck! Are you alright? That wasn't on purpose. Really. Oh my, you really do look... I have no idea what just happened. The ritual isn't exactly harmless, but normally you shouldn't feel more than a... Maybe this has something to do with the strangeness of your aura. I already said this, but it's so it's hard to explain. Somehow... But hey, I'm probably just out of practice. Your fever will now settle down to an endurable level, and maybe even... And now, I suggest you return to Constantine. You need anything else? If not, see you later. We're going to meet again. I can feel it. Take care.
What?
This is holy ground, Outlander.
Transcribe verse 18 100 times.
Yes.
Stop that!
This just doesn't make any sense.
That's beyond me.
Why can't it ever be easy?
Now, if it isn't the prodigy, well... Yes, I know. She's already told me, but I'll leave the judgment to Aranthiel. He wants to talk to you anyway. Seems you've caught his interest. In the Emporium, the last building on the left... Ah yes, before I forget. My Dame Lucy has left a token of gratitude for you. It's your choice. Do you want a book, an old map, or a bag of pennies? Very well. I'm sure we'll talk again later.
Let's hope he knows what he's doing.
Well met.
Is a suspicion, Teela. And to send an entire division across the sea because of a suspicion is madness.
We need to find out who sent the mercenaries. This Pegast said that they were after the Signet Stone, and if they succeed in getting hold of it next time, then the Black Guardian alone knows how to stop the cycle.
The cycle. Listening to you talk almost makes me forget that all this fuss here is merely based on some bad dreams you and your Neremese friends had.
The threat is real. Deny it as much as you like, but deep inside, you feel it as much as I do.
Teela, you're a commander, and a commander doesn't care about feelings, but about facts. You have made this mistake before, Teela, back then in Kira. And we all know...
The mission will happen. I'm sorry.
You have a visitor.
So, you are the prodigy. I am Teela Aranthiel, son of... Yes. You are here because I believe that you are special. Humanity faces a threat that needs to be stopped, among other things. I do not need to explain to you that the present situation on Vin is chaotic. The wars. What most people are not aware of is the connection between these events. You, however, I do. And I will explain everything to you. What it means, who we are, and what your part in all of this is. Come, follow me. Maybe you already know who I am. My entire life, I served the gods who ruled Vin, until their death 2 years ago. What you probably do not know is that the one responsible for their death is my son.
Have you heard? Apparently the Blue Islands Coalition sent an emissary here to end
He
it.
hated the Lightborn because he believed that they robbed mankind of their right to freedom. So he strived to overthrow them. He found followers, formed an army and declared war on them, and thus on me, a servant of the Lightborn as well. It all ended in a battle 30 years ago, which Narazul won. He killed every single survivor except for me, and locked me in a dungeon on Nerim. I still do not know why he spared me. Yes, after more than 30 years, when the death of the gods made the magic around the prison disappear. And during my escape in the northern mountains of Nerim, I also had them for the first time, the dreams. I always saw the same glaring, terrible light. Heard screaming, and I felt like I was burning up from the inside. And above all, like a veil, there was the knowledge of imminence. At first, of course, I dismissed these dreams as the delusion of a man close to death. So I concentrated on making it through the mountains somehow. Two days after my escape, I was completely exhausted, and I would have died if a former acolyte of my son had not found. Yes, but he did not recognize me, and brought me to their headquarters instead. Maybe because they thought that the death of the Lightborn had made me insignificant. I do not know. Still, even after my recovery, the dreams continued. At first, I doubted my sanity, but after some time I told the leader of the mages, Constantine, about them. And he said something that I'd never expected. I was not alone. He, as well as many others magically gifted on Vin, dreamed the same dreams. And the more we talked about the matter, the stronger our suspicion grew, which has now turned out to be the truth. The dreams, they come from the same place. They are the collectives. I know that you can feel it too, and probably far more intense than we do. But like you back then, we were not able to make sense of the Pyreans. Three things. First, there were many civilizations before us and before the Pyreans. Maybe hundreds, maybe thousands. Second, the history of each civilization unfolded and still unfolds according to a pattern. They emerge, they blossom, and at some point, at the apex of their existence, they simply disappear without any trace. And third, everything that has happened in the past years, and which is still happening, indicates that this disappearance lies ahead of us. We are part of an eternal loop, a cycle, and our cycle is approaching its end. Yes, it does. At first we considered it, but there came a moment when we simply could not deny. We began to study the history of the Pyreans more intensely, and the parallels were extraordinary. Also, the Pyreans had a ruling caste who declared themselves gods after the catastrophe. The two castes of the Sun Priest. And then, just like that, the Pyreans ceased to exist. They knew it was imminent, but they could not prevent it. They called this event the cleansing. They tried, but they failed. Who knows why? Maybe they found out too late, or maybe they were too weak. Well, this is the reason why we need your help. Not only episodes of history recur within... Yes, the Pyreans call them the emissaries. They emerge very shortly before the cleansing occurred. While I take on the role of the ruler, you take on the role of the prophet. It's just a description. Call it what you will. But without doubt, it is the truth. Your story matches the descriptions perfectly. No. As I already said, the emissaries simply appear at the beginning of the end, like pieces on a chessboard. On the one hand, your power. You carry the potential to master any skill within a fraction of the usual time. On the other hand, your ability to look into the past, and therefore into the future. Your visions are a window into the past. And as every cycle is, you can feel the thread this world is woven with. And because of that, you can see things that have happened, and thus will happen again. This gift makes you indispensable to us. And good. However, there's one more thing before the actual work begins. I want you to join our order, and to do so, you have to pass a test. It is the trial the novices have to pass in order to be exalted to the role of a keeper. Only the best students of the Squalor are allowed admission, and even though you have not been a novice, I want you to take it too. At this very moment, 2 novices are on their way to the testing grounds. I have informed at the border to the Heartland, near the Whisper Wood. They will be waiting for you there. Take the Myret. One more thing. It might be self-evident, but keep your knowledge about the death. I do not believe you can do any real harm. But after the cycle has been stopped, we will deliberate upon how we deal with the matter. No, leave. The sooner we can dispense with this formality, we are part of an eternal loop, a cycle. And our cycle is approaching its end. Yes, but there came... We began to... And then, just like that, the Pyreans... Well, this is the reason why we need your help. Not only episodes of history...